So, we saw Crimes of the Future. David Cronenberg, he's back. He watched his son make Possessor, and he's like, son, I get it, you vape. All right, but I gotta make my own movie now. So let's cut to the butter, okay? Like, this movie is my least favorite Cronenberg movie. Does that mean it's a bad movie? No. It needed more in pretty much every sense of its existence. I enjoyed how the movie took me by surprise and like where it decided to go and what it decided to explain to the audience. Certain characters ended up being these kinds of characters, like, oh, that's all cool. You don't really feel any connection towards anyone in this movie. You're kind of just like a fly on the wall. I was kind of just watching it in passive mode the whole time. There'd be a couple scenes where Cronenberg threw in his like signature stuff, and I'm like, nice. Then I think about his other movies, I'm like, still not as good as something from like Naked Lunch or Existence.
This movie to me is the definition of all right. Wholly original idea, which I will forever appreciate in the history of film, but like in the end, just kind of, you know, especially the ending. You get to the climax and then the movie ends and it's just like,
I think it hits all of its plot points. Like I was never confused. It still felt palpable. Like it felt real, and I give the movie props to that. Like, the movie ends in such a flat tone, even though it all made sense. Fuck, I expected this to hit so much harder. Like the ending needed to be really punchy, and it was the exact opposite of a punch. It was just like okay, go to bed. The cast here is pretty solid. You have Viggo Mortensen playing the Batman pretty much. You have Léa Seydoux, and you have that girl from Underwater. And they all do great, you know? All three of them bring a different kind of energy to the movie. This whole movie felt like a gray area. It felt like Cronenberg was like, okay, I can't be super Cronenbergy. I want to be more serious, but I'm not gonna be super serious because I still need to be a Cronenberg movie. This movie kind of just like floats in this limbo where it doesn't really know what it's trying to be, and it hurts the movie in the end.
But hey, the makeup and the prosthetics were so fucking good. How do you give Mortensen a zipper gut and it works?
Check it out. Check it out. Technically, there was a sex scene in the movie, and it's like, to us, it's weird, but like the movie did a good job of like portraying how sensual this new dystopian subversion of like feelings are. Like it made sense that these people are getting off to this kind of stuff, and it made it believable. It's like cool, but it's not. Like, the setting is cool, it's interesting, it makes sense. The setting is like ugly and gross and dirty, but it makes sense because like no one fears bacteria anymore. No one needs to wash their hands, so why the fuck would people give a shit about where they're standing, where they're living? Everything connects, like everything makes sense. It just sucks that the movie itself is just so flaccid. A quick shout out to Viggo Mortensen's grunts and sounds and the sound editing in general. Just trying to eat.
That bone structure gamer chair was, that was the craziest thing I've seen in a long time.
Fleshy bed that he just is also, I guess, alive, straight out of like Silent Hill or something. Gross. Oh my God, he choked on his vape.
Now I'm gonna give this movie a 5 out of 10. Like I said, it's the definition of all right. When someone asks me about this movie, I'd be like, it was all right. There's a couple good parts.
Yeah, give this a 6 out of 10. Thinking about it now, on paper, I feel like this would be a really cool book. All the potential was there, and it reaches it halfway pretty much all the time. If you're a fan of Cronenberg, you should still check it out. There's no denying that he has his own style, and I'm glad that he's still around doing what he wants to do. Yeah, that's it.
Jurassic World is next, man.
Fuck, dude. If you want to spice things up, if you're bored of just watching the same kind of shit.
Tired of watching The Rock.
Yeah, if you're tired of watching Dwayne Johnson on screen, go watch Crimes of the Future. We'll see you guys later, okay?
Bye. Do a quick vape for Cronenberg's son. You want to cut our faces first?
Yeah, I'm trying to like...
Auditorium 3.